What is good, guys? Welcome back on the Uncle Sharma channel. How you guys doing? Sorry to keep you guys waiting. I was just setting up some things in the background. There's this giveaway that I've been trying to do, this members only giveaway, which I've been saying for since the Champions League final. I've been saying I was going to do, but yeah, today we're going to pick the winner for that. But of course, today we got to talk about it. All the stuff that's going on in the world of Inter. It's crazy, man. Like, we know that this is a crazy club that we support, but even by Inter standards, it's getting to a crazy level. And of course, I want to get all you guys' views as well. I want to share the feelings of Inter fans around the world. I want to see how Inter fans are feeling. How are you feeling about the Brozovic situation? Onana, Lukaku, Azpi. Like, we've got so many things to talk about, and yeah, let's just get into it. There's 40 people here already. I'm glad to see people are very receptive to this, ready for this. I'm sure people have been wanting to get some things off their chest. Before we get started, I want to give a shout out to Debbie Kerr, who also became a member before we went live. Of course, Debbie and Ian, the two OGs of this Interismo game. They've seen it all, the highs, the lows, the real highs, the real lows, and yeah, they've been appreciating and supporting the channel for a long time. So I commend you guys, and thank you very much. So let me get all the way back to the top comments. The guys have been commenting even before we went live. Let me see how you guys are feeling. Keston is not. He can't wait for this live because our transfer market has been a joke this far. I agree. Emil, Steven Zhang. These are the times when, when you're in a Champions League final, you almost kind of like put it at the back of your mind, the whole Suning thing, Steven Zhang, this kind of stuff. But then when these types of things happen, you're like, yeah, forgot about these guys. These are the guys. These are the guys while we're struggling, and that feeling is coming back stronger. Yes, Future Hendricks, no one respects us anymore. This is my feeling now coming out of this Brozovic situation. So why have I? What's the meaning of this title? If you guys don't know, so Brozovic yesterday tweeted out. Not many people can tweet out right now because of the Twitter stuff that's going on. Elon Musk, thank you, but Brozovic on Instagram posted a story with the clown or the circus emoji on it. We know over the last week or so, 2 weeks, this guy has been very active on his Instagram, posting a lot of these types of stories. And the one thing that strikes me, though, you can see what I've been talking about in terms of this unprofessionalism. Like, this is not the way to be handling your exit or negotiation or whatever. Like, even if you weren't, like, it's not a very professional way of handling things by Brozovic. But this whole saga now, the fact that the original fee, which was already embarrassing enough, 23 million euros, it went down to now, according to reports, it says it's 17 million plus bonuses that may reach 20. I don't know how easy or hard those bonuses are, but it just shows, like Future Hendrik says, like, now you've given that signal that you can just come to Inter and bully Inter and get the player that you want for a cut price, and that's definitely not the way that we want to be seen in the world. Like, last year we did the opposite. Last year, Skriniar, 1 year left on his contract. As much as that was obviously didn't work out, it wasn't a good deal in the end. But Skriniar, 1 year left on his contract. PSG came, offered 50 plus bonuses, but we said no, we want 70. We did not budge. We wanted 70. In the end, we didn't get 70. Skriniar stayed. But as much as, of course, that deal, as I said, didn't work out, you should have sold him in hindsight, got Bremer or someone else, whatever the plan was. But that gave other clubs like that feeling like, yes, okay, you can't go to Inter and bully these guys because these guys will ask for a specific amount and you can only get the player for that specific amount. But I think this Brozovic thing is really, that's cancelled that out. Now Inter once again look very, very weak in the eyes of other clubs. What is the meaning of this post, Circus post? I don't know, Leo. That's the thing with Brozo. Is he again? I know people were saying about he posted that Perisic posted that comment under his post one time a few days ago, Jebeni Z, which apparently in Croatian means like effing Z. And people saying the Z is for Zang. We don't know. It probably is. I mean, a lot of things are pointing to that. But cryptic messages like these, is he calling the management circus? Is he calling Inter as a club a circus? Is he calling Steven Zang? Or is he calling Al Nasser? I mean, is he saying they are the circus, that the way they're negotiating? I don't know. Very cryptic. But again, as I said, not very professional. And yeah, even as Depravity says, the rumors, I don't know how true this is. Once again, we'll have to, some of these things we'll have to wait. Things will come out in the press in the next few days, weeks, etc. How true this is. But apparently Brozovic's dad, who is kind of the negotiator in this, Brozovic doesn't have agents. He kind of has lawyers and his dad working together on this. He doesn't have like a Mino Raiola or Jorge Mendes. He just has his dad and some lawyers that assist him in this. And apparently his dad asked Inter for so he's asked for a commission from Al Nasser, and apparently Brozovic has also asked for a severance to leave Inter to go to Al Nasser on top of it, which, if true, again, as I say, I don't know if it's true or not. That is not the way to leave Inter, man. That is not the way to leave Inter. That leaves a very sour taste in my mouth. Yes, you could say he is being forced out by the club. That shows the fact that if he's asking the severance, that means that he probably didn't want to leave and he's kind of being forced out. But at the same time, brother, you're going to be earning 100 million over 3 years, tax-free. Like, what is the need to ask for a severance? What is the need? That's him being petty now. I think that's like the pettiness of Brozovic coming out. Like, okay, you guys want to push me out? Now I'm going to long this deal out. Now I'm going to ask you guys for a severance. I'm going to ask these guys for commissions. I'm going to drag this deal out even more because I know you guys need the money to negotiate in the transfer window to bring players in. So, yeah, not a good look all around, man. This whole deal, and that's the Inter Circus at the moment. This whole Brozovic saga has really made us look bad. Has really made us look bad in the public eye. Split Rock says, how to be an Interista: step 1, cry; step 2, repeat. At the moment, that's definitely the right instructions. Channel intro, yeah, of course, guys. You guys know what my channel intro is. It's not going to be. Let's put it up one more time. Brozovic staring into your souls. That's not going to be the channel intro. I'm going to have to change that. At the moment, I haven't got a replacement for it yet, but it is what it is. We'll have to cook something over the summer. We'll have to cook something new. Actually, I might need your help. Yeah, what kind of intro should I make? Should I make it? What player should I pick? Should I go for something player related, or maybe more? Maybe I could go something retro. Maybe have like retro vibes of like Zanetti, Ronaldo, or like old school stuff in there. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. I guess that retro stuff, it means that I never have to change it because like that just remains evergreen, doesn't it? That remains evergreen. Let me see what your comments are saying. Yeah, thank you, Ahmad. I had a nice weekend in Manchester. I was actually, in Manchester, in Birmingham. Yeah, thank you very much for asking. Hope you're doing well. Our negotiations are a joke. Leo says 18 million for Brozo, 50 million for Onana is embarrassing. Yeah, Onana we need to talk about, but yeah, 80 million for Brozo is definitely embarrassing. And but also, as Freddie says, and I've also been talking about this for a while now, again, his behavior on social media is showing it, but there was something between Brozovic and the Inter management that broke the season. The rumors are on Gazzetta, like today they were talking about it again, that between his injuries, the way he recovered before the World Cup, after the World Cup, they thought that Brozovic was taking the piss, that he wasn't being very professional with how he took care of his injury, things like that. There's tension over that, and has been confirmed now. We did try to sell him in January. Those Kessie Brozovic rumors were real. It's just that things didn't quite pan out. But Brozovic was happy to do it. He's happy to move to Barcelona when the offer came around. They just didn't have the money, Barca. But yeah, there's definitely something off the pitch, not football related, that meant that we had to sell him when we forced him out. But at the same time, even when you're selling players that you like, remember how we sold, I know like his different age and reputation and stuff, but Icardi, when we sold him, when Marotta came in, there was like, he's out, captaincy taken away from him, this guy's out, he didn't even take part of pre-season, we still managed to sell him 60-70 million, whatever that fee was, to PSG. There's cases like Chelsea just sold, again, I know, much younger age profile wise, everything, Mason Mount. It's been clear that Chelsea are not renewing his contract with Mount. Mount's not renewing his contract. Like he's not part of their plan. But still, they've managed to sell Mason Mount to Man United for a reported £55 million fee. So I'm not saying Brozovic needs to be sold for 55 million, but 80 million euros, or like let's say they get all the bonuses, 20 million euros. Like there's something not right there. Like it screams desperation to me. It really, really does scream desperation to me. Language Tour says this is nonsense. I agree. But you know what? At the same time, bro, I'm just happy it's done now. Like I'm just happy that it was dragging on. It's like this was turning into such a big drama. I'm just happy it's all done and dusted. What's up, Hawedi? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, lyrics. It is. Good day, Mateo. Hope you are doing well. Can you give me a shout out? Yes. Hi, I edits ZZZ. Hey, Uncle. Hey, Anti Juice 123. Hey, the Moorish. Hey, Dimitris. The Brozo deal somehow makes sense. His attitude, character seem to be difficult. Yeah, that's definitely that. But at the same time, we can find a middle ground. But and also thank you, Game Mans, for becoming a channel member. Actually, now, Game Mans, I need to add you to the list for the giveaway because you just came in last minute. I added Debbie Kerr, but I need to add you now into the list of potential winners of the giveaway. And by the way, the giveaway is the Limone Ball shirt, if you were wondering. But yeah, thank you very much, Game Mans, for that. Who else is in the house? Let me see. Hey, you've got Simi. What's up, bro? Hope you're doing well, my guy. Good to see you. Drama take many times. Draws the drama take many times. So Azpi lost. No, I think that one is. I think that one's disconnected. Azpilicueta. So Azpilicueta looks like he's going to Atletico. I think it's kind of a personal decision. Like there was an offer on the table for Inter. He was happy for it, but then now there's an offer from Spain, Atletico. Going back home, family. That all just kind of worked out for him. I don't think that was related because we weren't paying anything for Azpi. That was going to be a free transfer. He was going to cancel his contract with Chelsea, and we were going to sign him. And yeah, there is a bit of a feeling like this as well. Ocean Diolino kind of like freestyling. Like I don't know what Inter's. Like how when teams you read transfers, it like you have clear profiles in mind. You have like a clear strategy in mind, but with Inter, it just seems a little bit like, and again, it's hard to blame our management because their hands are tied. It's like first incomings have to happen, and then first outgoings have to happen, and then incomings can happen. But it does feel like it just seems a bit random sometimes. I don't really know, like if we're getting like the rumors for Onana, you have like names like you have like a Trubin, a 21-year-old Ukrainian guy, young, upcoming, that type of profile. And then you have like Jan Sommer, your Lloris, Keylor Navas. Like it just what's the clear profile? But again, that's like the media links. I don't know, maybe they have chosen their profile, but it always seems a bit random. If Brozo says no, what will happen? No, I think at the moment, Leo, like it's been he's agreed. He's agreed. He was pictured. Let me see if I can find the picture for you guys. So he was in Paris yesterday, apparently, to finalize his deal. Here it is. Shangri-La Hotel in Paris. Big boy Brozo enters Shangri-La Hotel in Paris to meet with the officials of Al Nassr to officially complete his transfer procedures. We're expected to complete tonight with a 3-year contract. So I don't know if they're going to do his medicals there as well. But yeah, I mean, Brozo it's done on his side as well. It's done on his side as well. Hey, we've got Mo as well. Come through, Mo, if you've got time, Mo. Come through. Yeah, you don't need a password because you already know how to. You've got the access to the StreamYard. I don't understand how they want us to keep the love in our hearts. Yeah, I mean, they definitely. I understand the frustration of Inter fans. Well, actually, that's a little bit extreme. I think with Mo, I mean, I'll wait if he comes in. With Mo, I feel like because he's so into the Premier League world that he sees like Premier League clubs buying players left, right, and center. That he just sees this now like Inter just seems so bad to him. If you judge it from a Premier League eyes, I compare myself to the other Serie A teams. So for that reason, to me, like it's still to me like we're bad, but we're just bad amongst the bad bunch. When I see what Juve are doing or what Milan are doing, but I guess with Mo, he's very much in the Premier League bubble, and his heart breaks seeing Inter like just being treated like a second-rate club. I do understand that. I really, really do understand that, and it definitely was much worse than this in the banter era, Mo. Bro, Mo. Again, I'll wait for you to come in, but Mo, Thiago Motta left. Remember, Thiago Motta left. Who was a replacement for when Thiago Motta left? Who was basically our Brozovic. Was it Palombo, Walter Gargano, Mudingai? Like those were the types of replacements we were in the banter era. So it definitely was not this like this. It was worse in the banter era, Mo. It's definitely worse. I know you've been an Interista for longer than me, and you lived through more ups and downs than me, but I can guarantee you, because I lived that banter era, that was like my adolescent years, so they're very fresh in my mind, and it definitely wasn't that bad. It definitely wasn't. I mean, it definitely was this bad, and it was worse than this. Thank you for coming through, Mehdi. Let's be honest, Brozovic didn't handle this gracefully either. There you go. And the emojis asking for severance. I like him, but won't miss him. Yeah, as I said, he's my, as I said, him, Skriniar were my two favorite players, but both of them, the way they're leaving now, not so much Brozovic. I think this is more against the club and the handling. So I'm not angry at Brozovic the way he's handled it. Whereas with Skriniar, the way he handled it was definitely pretty bad. But with Brozovic, I never had expectation. That's the thing. I always knew like Brozovic. I knew he was a bit of like you can just tell what type of character he is. Like we don't know these guys personally, but with Brozovic, he's been here 8.5 years, and you almost you get to know the gist of a person, even though it's like from the distance of social media. Circus summarizes the club state really, really well. Mo says he's embarrassed to be an Inter fan. Paki says Zhang out. Yeah, definitely it's time for out. Like Suning need to go. Yeah, we haven't heard anything around the ownership situation. Like we were getting rumors of Invest Corp, other companies interested, but now it's been a few months. I haven't heard nothing. And now we're getting to the we're getting to the final year, guys, of the Suning loan that they've taken out from Oak Tree. So by next year, they need to pay back the 35 million they took out plus interest. That has to be paid off by next year. I think pretty much this time next year has to be paid out, isn't it? I thought it would be the sale of the club would be done by then, but this guy is holding on. He's holding on for dear life. To be fair, Brozo, this is also not the right way to handle your first captain for next season. Yeah, again, but that whole situation as well, like we've talked about it as well. Like, yeah, Brozovic was the captain in our Champions League final and a few games throughout the season, but it's not because Brozovic was picked as the captain. Like we know, guys, if like we've talked about it so many times, Handanovic was the club captain, but when Handanovic isn't there, it's just by seniority. If D'Ambrosio starts, then it goes to D'Ambrosio. If Brozovic starts, is Brozovic. If Brozovic is not there and Skriniar starts, it goes to Skriniar. If Skriniar is not there and Brozovic is not there, then it goes to Lautaro. Like it's just done by seniority. Like there was even one game where De Vrij was captain because we rotated the team heavily. I don't like the way that it's kind of just like that, like just done by seniority. They just need to pick a guy that's in the starting 11 to be, the captain. But no, I understand it from Brozovic's perspective. Like he feels disrespected. He feels like he's being pushed out. I definitely understand it from his perspective as well, 100%. But at the same time, he's the highest paid player in our team. Inter have the right to make the decisions, but could they have done it more gracefully? Could they have done it in a better way? Maybe. All Inter players getting married this summer, yeah. So I mean, Gagliardini doesn't count anymore, but Gagliardini got married. Correa got married the other day. Lautaro got married. So yeah, it's been a busy summer for Interisti getting married. We remember that it was Inter want to sell Brozo at all costs. That lowers the value of the player. Yeah, no, 100%. And yeah, guys, afterwards, after I do the draw, I'll leave the link in here for people to join. So then we can have a nice little chat with you guys as well. Oh, speaking of the devil, Mr. Mo.
Listen, I'm leaving tomorrow. Okay, I'm very busy. Yeah, exactly. The clowns. I'm leaving tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going on vacation, long vacation. I'm coming to England as well at the end of that. But I have an extreme later today, and I was watching you, and I really wanted to. I really wanted to see what you're gonna say. I know you're a different fan than me. You're a very different person than me. You know what I mean? Like you always have this, not optimistic, but you are someone who is still very, very fond of Inter no matter what happens.
Yeah.
You know when some people have this feeling and that they want the club to lose so they can force somebody out. I always called people out and said, how do you want your club to lose? It's impossible.
Yeah.
And I've been only I've been a supporter for Inter for 25 years. Never supported another club. I supported Al Ahli in Egypt because I'm Egyptian and I'm a member of that club. That's different federation in Cairo. I have this feeling that I am willing to do anything for these guys to leave. Like anything, no matter what it is.
As in Suning.
Yes, as in Suning. Look, listen, Inter isn't Suning. Inter are the fans, Inter are the colors, right? Like Suning aren't, and Marotta isn't Inter. Even Zanetti is part Inter. Like, and I said it yesterday, I don't get attached to players. By the way, I really don't care about Brozovic. I liked him as a player that played for the shirt. I don't know Brozovic personally. Well, I feel like the only player in the history that I got attached to because he represents Inter is Javier Zanetti. Otherwise, like Raul for Real Madrid.
Yeah.
It's that. Like, I don't care if you go and come. Players come and go. Lautaro, Lukaku, doesn't matter. I really don't care. Samuel Eto'o, Diego Milito, all of these guys, yes, they made very good achievements at Inter. But at the end, Inter are the black and blue and the fans. This is it. This is Inter. When you said different, than this is worse than the banter era, I'm going to keep saying, I said that before with you, and I don't want to dwell on this a lot. I felt in the banter era, okay, we were struggling, but we were trying. Does that make sense? Like they were always, like when we got Mauro Icardi, when we got Samir Handanovic, when we got Freddy Guarin, he was sought. Freddy Guarin from Porto was, like people were talking about. When we got Jonathan from Brazil, we thought that we are getting another Maicon. You see the difference in what I mean? Like the fact that they failed is after the fact. It's after what happened. Like the fact that Mudinga was from Sampdoria, if I'm not mistaken, or something. I can't remember. Bologna. He was still at that time. It was us and Milan wanted him. Some of them were a stopgap, but most of the transfers I felt they were like a circus in terms of like, you really are doing terrible in terms of scouting. You have no idea what you're doing, but you
Yeah.
are trying. You're spending, like most of the times our spending were a little bit more than our departures. What I and here is, I never felt that an owner or someone who's managing Inter was trying to, was okay with weakening Inter just to save
Mhm.
themselves. How I'm feeling now is that Suning, because they want to manage this debt, they are okay with weakening the squad just to manage the debt. And I'm like, I'm not okay with it. But it also mixed with terrible decisions, like not standing up for yourself, being a submissive
Yeah.
management. I'm okay when they said we have to manage the debt and they sold Lukaku for 100 million and Hakimi. I said, I was sad, but at the end, you got the player's worth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what you have. You know, you have a gem, which was Lukaku at that point, 30 plus goals. And you said, you want your guy? Yes, we are in trouble. You got to pay up. You want Hakimi? Pay up. I wasn't okay with them handling Skriniar, but I was okay with them standing up for themselves. Like, I feel like nowadays we aren't standing up for ourselves. We aren't. The way we handle Skriniar, it was shambolic. The way we handled Brozovic, it was shambolic. It wasn't good.
But as I was
That's the
saying, like
problem.
The Skriniar thing in hindsight was bad, but the fact that we told PSG they came with like 50 million and we said no, yeah, in hindsight, we know that now was that mistake. But isn't that's what I'm saying? Like, wasn't that a show of strength to say
Yeah,
we won
you said
70
that.
million?
I'm watching you from the beginning. You said that.
Yeah.
You said that shut up, you can stand up for yourself, and we did. But at the end, it was managed wrong. So you did one thing right and you did one thing wrong. So that but this Brozovic thing, okay, you agree or you disagree, it doesn't matter because these are footballing opinions. I think Brozovic is our most important player. This is my personal opinion. Okay, some people disagree with that. And I respect it.
I
But
think he's our best player. I think he's if you ask me to pick a best Inter player, I would probably pick
and you know
Brozovic.
me, it's not only that because I get trolled and I get bantered by Premier League fans. Like Imran the other day commented and said you're the best DM, because I went on City Extra, which is
Mm.
one of the biggest Manchester channel, and I told him that Brozovic is the best DM in the world.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
I
they
watched that.
came back and said, yeah, your DM in the world left for that much money to go to Al Nasr. Apparently, it's either you don't know football or you're just a feeder club that has no say. I was literally told this, and I couldn't say anything. And it's not about the banter because it's the reality. When you know someone, when you someone banters, the problem is I feel like Brozovic in this market is worth about 40, 50 million. We didn't get the offers, so the right thing to do, keep the guy in the club
I
because the
agree.
value you're getting for 80 million is less, is a big loss for what you're gonna get over the next 3 years, paying him 9 million a year. It's as simple as that.
I
You were
agree.
never gonna be able to replace him.
I agree. I agree.
And it was, and you are, and by the way, him doing the circus and doing whatever he said, the F whatever, means that he wasn't happy about leaving, and him asking for a severance. And I said that in the comment, and I don't know if you read it or not because I was transferring. By the way, you called him out for calling for asking for severance. I feel like he knew that he isn't getting a severance. Right? He knew that. Like, let's be obvious. Let's be honest.
Yeah, he's being petty. He's just being
No,
petty.
I actually disagree with you. I think he's telling the fans. I feel it's an indirect way of telling the press and the fans that I was forced out, that the 100 million and I was still forced out. Like, because I was under the impression, I asked Nima about it on a space. I said, do you think Brozovic is forcing himself out? He said, like, I don't know, but I feel like anybody would be an idiot not to accept the 100 million offer. But this move is telling me that Brozovic didn't want to move for 100 million.
Yeah, yeah,
He
no,
didn't
100%.
care about it. So you're calling it pity, but think about it from the other angle. You know, they sign like ND whatever it's called. It's
NDA, yeah.
NDAs and stuff. You know, they sign stuff like this. He
Hmm.
can't just come out and said I was forced out, right? It's a negotiation process. But him asking for a severance is telling me and Sharma and Anthony and Nima and all the Inter fans, by the way, guys, you know, you work in a corporate. You've been forced out. I want my severance.
Yeah.
Even though he
No,
knows
no,
he's not going to.
100%. He's
It's
been
not
forced
pity.
out.
I don't think it's pity. And I would, because if it's pity, if he meant it, do you think Brozovic really for 100 million is asking for a severance package from Inter?
That's what I mean. Pettiness is that because he knows he's not getting it, so he's being like, he's making things like
What do you
difficult.
mean petty then? So maybe I understand petty in the wrong way.
Petty is like, just being like stubborn or just like doing things out of spite. Like, like now I'm just gonna drag this deal because he knows that we need him to go out to like get someone in. So he's just like,
I don't think so. I thought he's like, he wants to tell the people I was forced out. Because Brozovic, believe it or not, I felt like Brozovic always had, most of the time, had a good relation with the fans, always had this goofy posts and stuff like that. He was never someone like who was never performing on the pitch because of anything. Like even when he sat on the bench, every time he came on the pitch, he performed, put his heart out. Like he isn't one of these guys. He isn't a Balotelli, which is, with all due respect to Balotelli, we know he's a kid, he's a crazy guy. But that's what I mean. And I'm feeling like when Onana, and I know they're gonna get to Onana, he's publicly said, I'm happy at Inter, but I'm okay with moving to Manchester United. You're literally telling the fans, guys, I am not pushing for this move. It's not me.
yeah.
It's them. Go at them, because fans started calling Onana at, why are you want to go? He's like telling us, I'm okay here. I'm loving it.
Mm-hmm. But what do you make of Eduardo's comment in terms of, like, I think in the end, you said he was forced out. So I think something broke between him and the management where they're like, we just can't keep this guy because of the way Marotta operates. It was like, when he came in, Nainggolan, Icardi, you guys out. Whatever the price is, you guys get out. But what about like Eduardo saying that?
So he's 30 years old. That's simple. Mm-hmm. Fernandinho at Man City, even when they wanted to move him and get other, he couldn't move because he's older. When you're older, like Fabinho, why is nobody? But Fabinho has been, I feel like last year. The difference, Brozovic is 30 years old. He makes 9 million at Inter. Clubs talk to you before they offer, and I'm sure that clubs don't want to offer Brozovic more than 9 million. So I'm thinking about it like this. If a club wants Sharma, I have to tell Sharma, are you willing to move to my club for this? Do you think that we can agree on terms? Do you think you're going to be around 7-8 million? And Sharma tells me, no, I make 9 million. I'm happy here. Why would I want to move to you? And that's why I think nobody offered him, because nobody could have offered him more than we pay him, which is I thought that was an obvious thing. People kept asking me why nobody offered money for Brozovic, because he's 30 years old and nobody's going to give him 12 million a year for the next 3-4 years. He has a contract until 2026 for 9 million. It's the right move for him to stay at Inter unless someone offers the money like Saudi Arabia, which is nobody's going to do that. That's my simple answer.
Yeah. No, I agree. But the market makes the price, market decides. Because I know people get angry like, oh, Ruben Neves,
he's 24 years old.
Yeah. Kovacic only, like, if you think about it, Kovacic, what is it, like 30 million, 35 million? That's cheap.
Euros. That's including bonuses and stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
and I think he's making less what he makes at Chelsea, but it's a 3-year contract.
Yeah.
Like, people need to think about it. Clubs are not idiots. They're not going to go offer. Nobody is going to do what they did to Koulibaly at Chelsea. Nobody's going to go to Brozovic and tell him, hey, here is 250K a week and a 4-year contract, and we're paying Inter 30 million. It's not.
Yeah.
But I don't know where to go from here. I really don't know. I know that we'll move on. But I'm like, why? I thought that moving from a Champions League final, or you move forward, even if you're going to, for me, moving forward is meaning even keeping the same squad. At least your main players. They don't have money to invest. So can you make it make sense? They don't have the money to invest. What is 18 million going to do then? It's not that sell Barella for 80 million, 90 million. People are going to call for my head. But if you sell Barella for 80 million euros, you can replace him with Frattesi, SMS, and still have money to invest in the market. And you didn't downgrade as much, in my opinion. You're selling Brozovic for 80 million. You still have to put money on top of that to get half Brozovic quality.
But I think that's what I'm saying, Mo. Like, it's not even about the price in the end, because you saw the price was so cheap. They would just wanted to get him out. Like, I think it wasn't even just a technical decision. I don't think they were looking at it, like, people are saying, oh, he's old. He's only 30 years old. I think it was just a case of, okay, we've got Hakan and Aslani. I know that you don't rate them as the potential replacement.
No, I do. No, I like Hakan. I thought he did okay. I just don't think they are Brozovic. Like that's
No,
I
no,
get what
I
you're saying.
agree with you, but that's what I'm saying is that they're looking at it as in now we need to replace the left center mid. Now we don't need to replace Brozovic. We already have the Brozovic. But then, yeah, I don't. What I'm confused about is that they're so all in on Frattesi, which is a guy I like, but I've hardly ever seen Inter being so like obsessed with the player now, and the price that they're talking, they're talking about 30, 35 million, or there's going to be like 20, 23 million plus a player. But to me, it's like, yeah, as you said, like SMS is right there, 1 year left on his contract. I know he's going to ask for more wages, and Lotito's a pain in the ass to deal with. He's going to like
No,
ask.
I know it sound. I prefer Frattesi if it's gonna be one player.
Yeah, no, that okay,
Because you know why? Because he has a resale value. SMS doesn't.
that's
You
true.
get Frattesi, he bangs. He's a 70 million euro player. You get SMS, he bangs. Well, what do you do then? And then
Yeah, that's true. That's
even
true.
though I know he's the better player, but
Yeah, there's
reality
no
is
argument over who the better player is.
yeah.
That's the thing, isn't it, Mo? Now we're starting to think like them. We're starting to think about resale value and like accounting. Like
No,
me,
I
I'm
always thought about resale value because I think Frattesi can be SMS in terms of output, not the certain same profile, but
Mm,
and I think
I don't
SMS
know.
has an attitude problem.
I always saw I like Frattesi, but I always see him as a rotation option. I don't see him as a big
I
clutch
don't watch a
scorer.
lot of Serie A, but the
Yeah.
times I watch the solo, he's the outstanding player there.
Yeah. By the way, let me give a shout
Consistently.
out to Michael who
Michael.
gave a donation earlier. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you a lot. And yeah, Frattesi a lot of the time plays in the exact same position as Barella. Like he plays as on the right side of the center midfield. So he would have to. That's the thing. I don't understand if he comes in, Mo. Because Hakan and Brozo, when they both play, they play like this double regista type of thing because they both can receive and switch with each other. But with Frattesi, this guy is not comfortable receiving the ball in those types of areas with pressure on him. So is Barella gonna have to go a little bit deeper again to play? Like this is what I'm not sure about with Frattesi. What do you think?
I actually don't know what are we
Mm,
doing with Frattesi. I actually think that, and I know you're gonna come to this. I think Frattesi makes a lot of sense if we're gonna sell Onana. We're not gonna play on the front foot. Okay, so let's just be honest, Sharma. Do you know the difference between Onana and any other goalkeeper in the world, other than Allison and Edison, is that they put you on the front foot from every time you have the ball. It's just like Pep Guardiola. I said it before Pep, okay, and Pep said it after the game. He said there is no point of trying to press this team. This is like they have
yeah,
a goalkeeper that's basically a midfielder.
yeah,
You can't press them. So that means you're always on the front foot. You're always playing ahead of the game.
yeah,
Okay. Now, Frattesi makes sense if you're playing on the counter. He's very good in transition. Frattesi, he's like very good, quick guy, knows where to be in transition. Ball position, even though he plays on the in Sassuolo, which is a position-based team, he isn't the guy that receives the ball, but
no,
he is the guy in the final third. And we have Barella, so I
yeah.
think they are building a good transition squad.
Which I
You,
like, yeah. If you think about it, guys, this summer, who we signed up until now, like the rumored signing. So you got Marcus Thuram,
quick
pace. What's been lacking? Pace, power in the team. Frattesi, if we sign him, this is a very quick center
pace.
midfielder transition. Bissek, if we sign this guy, he looks like a young, athletic center back. It looks like we're addressing those issues
So we
about.
are shifting completely what was successful last year.
Was it successful though?
It wasn't very successful, but
It was successful in the Champions League,
yeah.
but you know what? Inter's Champions League is the Scudetto.
I think we should completely change how we play if we sell Onana. But again,
I
we'll go
don't.
back to
I'm hopeful on the Onana thing, Mo, because I'm reading things about Man
really
United's budget, the FFP, things like that they have to sell. Like
they're gonna get Onana.
if it was Chelsea, Mo, if it was Chelsea, Man City, then I would have already like goodbye, good night. But because it's Man United, I'm quite hopeful that this deal won't happen.
It's gonna happen. I'm telling you, I'm coming from the other side. I'm telling you. Do you know why
I
it's
know
gonna
you are.
happen? No, why it's gonna happen? There
Why?
are reasons. You're hopeful, but I'm telling you,
Yeah, I'm just hopeful.
Inter
I'm not
Inter fans
providing
will
any insight.
management will budge. Will budge. We will budge for Onana. Once we find a replacement and we make sure, we'll budge. We'll make him for we'll sell him for 50 million euros, including bonuses, which is what Man United want to pay 35 million pounds plus bonuses, which goes up to 42 million pounds.
That would be
That's what Man United want to pay, by the way, because actually Man United didn't want to pay the 60 million euros or something like this. They just want to get their goalkeeper budget is about 50 million euros, including bonuses, and they can do that, right? I think we're gonna budget then. We're gonna accept 50 million euros.
Oh man,
100%.
that would be
I don't know
shameful.
how else you see it, unless our management think that I think Onana is worth 70 million euros. I think so. That's my personal opinion, and I'm not basing this based on just me coming out of the box and thinking, yeah, you're 70 million. I'm just looking at the people around me, and I'm looking at the transfer market at the moment, and I'm looking at the effect this Onana will make to the Man United team.
No, 100%. If I was Man United, yeah, that's Chelsea, Man United. That's the goalkeeper I would go for. 100%. That's the guy, and he's worked with Ten Hag before, so it's like perfect.
Anybody that let me tell you my opinion. I didn't talk to you before. I actually think so. For this, I actually want to say my opinion for this comment, right? I actually think, in my opinion, that Onana is irreplaceable at Inter. Even Brozovic is replaceable. For the right money, you can get a DM that will do the job. If you sell Onana tomorrow for 100 million, that 100 million will never be able to replace Onana with the same quality. And hear me out. There's only 3 goalkeepers in the world that I think are in the level that they play as midfielders sometimes, and they push your midfield up, and they push your defense up, and they allow you to play certain brand of football. Ederson, Alisson, and Onana, based on last year. Even Costa, the young Costa from Porto, he's good, but he's not at that level. So at some point, you know what I mean? Like, there are some players in the world that whatever money you have, like Mbappe, whatever money, you cannot replace it. There is nobody in the world at the moment that will get you what Mbappe. Messi. If you sell Messi at his prime for 500 million, what are you going to do? You can get all the players in the world, and you will never get a Messi. 100 million for Onana tomorrow, get a goalkeeper and a Scalvini, and get the defender, get a midfielder. You still don't have a goalkeeper that plays the same football as Onana. So for me, I think Barella would make more sense than Onana, because Barella, you'll get midfielders with the right money to replace him. Lautaro, the same. Like any player in the world, but when there is only 3 goalkeepers that level, he's irreplaceable. Give me a name for 150 million that will replace Onana.
Yeah, no, I agree. He's so unique in what he's done. He's like the epitome of a modern goalkeeper. He's him.
Which is crazy that I see this, and Inzaghi, the coach, and the management don't see this. Go sell somebody else. And he's only 27. He can give you extra, like what? Like 7 years at this level?
10 years.
They're crazy.
Yeah.
Like he literally 27. This is the peak of a goalkeeper. This guy can be the difference with an average squad from you making a Champions League semi or a quarter, from getting out of the group stage, going out of the group stage, or winning the league from not winning the league, or getting Champions League. Like, this is how important this guy is, as I see him. It's ridiculous.
What do you make of the rumors that, I mean, it's not really a rumor, that's the only way it's going to work. When we sell Onana, that money is going to go to fund Romelu Lukaku, 30 million, 35 million obligation, whatever.
I'll tell you how I think about it. I think someone is making money under the table from this Lukaku deal. There is no point I'm getting a 31 years old, giving him a 3 or 4 year, because we're going to give him a 4-year contract, because I think, from what I understood, is that the installments are going to be on 4 years, right? This is the deal. So we're going to give the guy a 4-year contract. He's going to make 8 million net or something. Is that correct? So this guy's going to end his contract at 35 years old. So we're literally giving Chelsea a loan for 4 years for 8 million a year. But we just rejected their offer to loan us Lukaku for 1 year for 8 million. Make it make sense. In the beginning of the transfer market, we sat at the table with Chelsea and they said, yeah, we'll do another loan for Lukaku, but you have to pay us the same 8 million euro loan fee. And we said, no. Doesn't that happen or no? Correct me if I'm wrong. This is reports.
What? Sorry, repeat that.
I'm going to repeat that again. In the beginning of the transfer market, Chelsea sat with Inter and Chelsea said, we are okay to do the same deal what they did last year.
No.
Give us 8 million and take him for another year when he rejected Saudi. And we said no.
No. Chelsea said whether it's permanent or nothing this year. This year they said we're not playing with you guys.
I'm sure I heard different reports.
No. We offered the loan again. Like I
thought we offered a free loan. We said we're not paying the 8 million loan deal fee.
Then we also offered a paid loan, but they said no. Especially after the Saudi offer came, because they're like, we just want to get rid of this guy now. So they said now it's permanent or nothing, which makes sense. Like they're sick and tired of this whole
so
deal.
Lukaku is 30. People corrected me. Lukaku is 30. We're gonna offer him a 4-year contract. So he's gonna end his contract at 34.
Yeah.
So we're gonna pay in that time. I'm just doing the math here. We're gonna pay him 8 million net in 4 years, and we're gonna pay Chelsea 30 million euros. So this transfer is gonna cost Inter 62 million euros over 4 years.
Or they're gambling on the fact that the Saudi offer comes again when we need to sell him in next year, in 2 years.
So they are gambling on that.
Wait, but can we at least give a little bit of a shout out to Lukaku for rejecting like 34 million?
Yeah, 100%. Listen, I like Lukaku, but I don't like him that much. Let's put it this way.
Inzaghi clearly loves him, Mo. Like, this guy is in love with Lukaku. Like, this, apparently, the meeting that they had after the Champions League final, before going for their holidays, the one name that the first name Inzaghi said was Lukaku. I want Lukaku.
So
back.
Again, we're trying. We're like it's a puzzle. Why do we have to sell Onana to get Lukaku?
You're selling anyone.
No, but why? Isn't it installments for 4 years? So you're gonna sell someone for 50 million to just pay 8 million for Lukaku this year? That doesn't make sense.
It's the liquidity at Inter, Mo. Like
we have zero money.
Yeah, they have to get money coming in.
Okay, sell Correa. Okay, why don't we sell Correa for 5 million or 10 million and pay Lukaku for this year? I don't get it. How are we gonna replace Onana?
We probably will, Mo, but it will take. You'll see him, like, if something happens with guys like Correa, these types of like guys, it'll be like the last week of the Mercato or the last day, because there'll be like some team out there that maybe just needs a guy, and then we'll just.
I just think that the value isn't the same. You said that we have to sell Onana to get Lukaku, but the value isn't. It doesn't add up.
It's not. It could be. Yeah, it could be anyone. It just has to be at the moment, because the offer is in for Onana. It could be Handanovic, but Handanovic is gone. But it's just whatever is outgoing equals the incoming. So we waited for this Brozovic stuff to now like go and get Frattesi, or whether it will be used for Lukaku. I don't know. We don't have clarity on these things, Mo. That's another thing, that we don't have clarity on these things.
But we have no money at all. My understanding is that we have no money, but we don't have to have positive outcome of this window.
Yeah, we don't have to do what we did last year, which was we made like, plus 30, 40. Like last year we sold like Pinamonti, Casadei, remember? Like we sold all these guys. Then we started to like.
What about the young guys at Triano? Is that
apparently he's going to on loan to Dinamo Zagreb
again?
Yeah,
another loan.
Okay. Another loan. That's what I mean. Like I made this, spreadsheets.
Yeah,
talking about this stuff, but it's like no one ever buys these guys. No one buys these guys. We got Radu, Colidio, Salcedo, Agume, Esposito. No one's buying these guys.
So why I am? Yeah. Okay. So basically the only solution is for Suning to sell Inter. For Zhang to sell.
But even if Suning sell, they because of the financial fair play settlement agreement we signed, if let's say it's tomorrow PIF buy us, Mo, and we sign Mbappe, we can't register him for our Champions League squad because our squad cost can't be higher than it was last year. That's the agreement that we've signed with UEFA already.
Okay, but doesn't change ownership like Chelsea wipe out the debt while everything you start on a clean slate on a clean slate. Chelsea did that.
The debt isn't doing anything to us because the debt is to Suning. So Suning took out this loan, but it's on them. But they've used Inter as the collateral for that. They're not taking any money out to pay that debt. That money.
So what
isn't
about
going anywhere.
yeah? Okay, I'm not gonna argue. But I know you know the facts, but so even if we sold somebody, our squad has to be the same for this year. I don't know, to be honest with you. Like, to be honest with you, 3 hours ago, Inter Milan and Romelu Lukaku transfer ban emerges as Chelsea accept colossal loss.
Who's saying that?
This is Josh Holland for the Football London thing. Inter Milan is set to make their first move for Chelsea striker. The Italian giants are said to be interested in Lukaku. So the club have conceded that they have certain loss on Lukaku, with reports last month insisting around 34 million could be enough, but I don't think 34 million pounds. I don't think that's enough. Inter are going to offer less. That's what they're saying, and they will have to accept the deal. Chelsea.
Yeah, that's the thing. The power is the Chelsea fans think the power is with them. They don't have no power. They can say for now, like, oh, we don't want to sell him. We're only selling him for permanent. But as the time goes on, these guys don't want Lukaku turning up for pre-season. They want him. They would not want him to turn up for pre-season. So the power is still with Inter. I don't know, man. I'm conflicted with Lukaku. I know a lot of the fan base wants to.
I believe that Lukaku is our least problem. I actually think that. I actually think if we get Lukaku, it's a good thing.
Yeah, because what the Lukaku I saw the last 3 months of the season, that Lukaku still dominates in Serie A easily.
And even I think in the Champions League, he will be okay if he gets game time. Remember, Lukaku was out for months.
Yeah. 4 months pretty
Him,
much.
Marcus Thuram, and Lautaro, that trio can do damage.
Yeah.
People just don't see it.
What's your thoughts on Thuram, by the way? Someone asked earlier.
He's a very good player. He's kind of like he's one of these guys that sometimes they're all over the place. You shared something like this, like how he misses chances and, like he's all over the place. But I think in Serie A, he would dominate. He would absolutely physically, he would be so good. Speedy, adds speed. He adds a lot of power. He's big, by the way. People just don't realize how big this guy is. I think he's as tall as Lukaku, if I'm not mistaken, or something like this.
Yeah, he's 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah, he is massive, right? And he's strong. There's a reason why he wasn't he in the French squad in the World Cup as well? Yeah, he's good. Yes. This is a masterclass signing, to be honest. Replacing Dzeko with this guy is absolutely genius move. Genius move. Because this guy still has a resale value. Imagine this guy gets his 15 goals next year. 25 years old. His value just at 28 or makes consistent, goes up to like, well,
apparently we put a 95 million release clause on him in his contract.
That's not bad. That's how you do business. He is taller than Lukaku. I still want Lukaku back. I bet he's still Serie A MVP candidate. Yes. The problem is, okay, the squad at the moment, in my opinion, is missing a lot of keys. And I'm like a lot of players. In the defense, having Bastoni, Darmian, De Vrij, and Acerbi. Do we have anybody else?
D'Ambrosio's gone. De Vrij still hasn't officially renewed. So officially, at the moment, he's a free agent.
Oh, you heard my space? Did you hear
we have Darmian? We have Darmian, Acerbi, Bastoni. That's our 3 centre backs.
Did you hear when I actually counted with Gianni on Inter Worldwide, and I said that we actually finished the Champions League final, and at the final whistle, we have 12 players. We have 12 players.
Yeah.
Because I went through the squad. And when people heard that, I said that on a space. It's like, no, how that? And I said, just go look at the squad.
Yeah.
The season is over. We went to that Champions League final with 10 players out of the contract. Sorry, 8 players out of the contract, out of the 20, and 10 players over 30 years old.
Yeah, this is a big job this summer. Big job, big rebuild.
We need center back. We need a striker for Korea. And we need to replace Brozovic. And we need a right midfielder. for cover for Dumfries, which can be anyone. And I so
Or
if
replace Villanova.
like hold on, what I don't understand is that how cheap can we be? Like Villanova is like 8 million. Like what do you expect? Who you gonna get for less than 8 million as an Inter Milan club? Which club do you think you're gonna go to and they tell you, hey, here's our player for 5 million? Who do we think we're getting here? There is Villanova is a good option.
Yeah. Well, actually, Acerbi is not even official. Yeah, actually, he's
I
anti-juice as
said
well.
that. I told you 12 players. We have 12. We own 12 players. Handanovic. Is he our player, Handanovic?
No, he's officially like 30th of June was, Gagliardini, Daubert, all these guys, 30th of June. So and by the way, guys, they did a goodbye message to Skriniar, they did a goodbye message to Gagliardini. They haven't done no goodbye message to Handanovic. So I think that guy is gonna renew for one more year.
In my opinion, the first teamers that go to next year are Andre Onana at the moment, Matteo Darmian, these are our players,
Yeah.
Robin Gosens, Denzel Dumfries, Federico Di Marco, Alessandro Bastoni. Okay, so that's 6. Okay, and then
So
Hakan Çalhanoğlu,
if we had preseason today, these are the guys that turning up.
Hakan Çalhanoğlu, Henrik Mkhitaryan, okay, Christian Aslani, Nicolo Barella. I'm not counting the people that came back from loans, guys, like Dalberts and Sensi. I'm not counting these guys.
Dalbert is gone. Dalbert is gone now.
Okay? I am not counting someone like Lazaro. These are not gonna turn up. So how many did you say now? So Hakan, Henrik Mkhitaryan, Christian Aslani, Nicolo Barella. That's 10. Okay? And 10 and Lautaro Martinez. And you can count Joaquin Correa. So literally, as I said, we own at the moment 12 first teamers. That's it. You know what I mean by first teamers? Like a player that you can turn up in preseason and you can register them to play real games in Serie A. 13 was Thuram. What I meant is that you cannot register 12 players in Serie A. Like, if you go to the league and tell them, here's 12 players, I want to register, they're going to tell you, no, you can't register. We need to kick you out. How many players do you think we need?
Yeah, we need loads.
9?
We need the D'Ambrosio replacement, which maybe is Bisek, but at the moment we need the Handanovic replacement, maybe
or Handanovic.
Korda's replacement. So we need a third keeper as well.
Oh, Korda's is left.
Yeah, Korda's contract expired. So we need 2 goalkeepers if Handanovic doesn't renew. Then we need a D'Ambrosio replacement, and then we need depending on I mean, I guess De Vrij is staying, but let's just say we need. Let's keep it at that. We need a D'Ambrosio replacement. We need a Skriniar replacement. We need 2 centre backs. Then we need a Belanova replacement. Then we need not the Brozovic replacement of the DM, but the Brozovic numerically in midfield, the Brozovic replacement. And then we need the Gagliardini replacement, which might be Sensi. And then left wing back, we're okay. And then we need the Lukaku replacement because Thuram is the Dzeko replacement. How many is that?
7. No. We need 9 players. You count 9. 9. Handanovic, Kordas, D'Ambrosio, Belanova.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Brozo.
Gagliardini.
Yeah, I think 9 or 8. Lukaku, Dzeko, which is we signed, Thuram. So we need at least 7. At least 7.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah, I know people are counting all these like youngsters as the like.
Guys, these are not first teamers. These are like you can't just say I'm gonna go play this season, assuming that Fontana Rossa is gonna be a starter when Bastoni gets subbed out. Like that's not.
Especially now we know Inzaghi hates youngsters. We know that now for a fact. This guy does not rate youngsters. We've had him for 2 years now. This guy has not developed any youngster in our team. Zero youngsters developed in our team. Mattia tuning in from Venice. Wow, look at this guy living the life. Where are you going, by the way, Mo? So on holiday?
I'm going to France to tomorrow.
Oh, I hope you're not going to Paris.
No, I'm going to south. Not
Oh, okay.
Marseille. Not Marseille.
Nice. You're probably gonna go to
I'm
Nice.
going to Saint-Tropez. Yeah, Saint-Tropez.
Hey, look at this guy.
And then I'm heading to Sardinia.
Oh, look at this guy.
And then I don't know where I'm going.
You said you're coming to England as well at some point.
Yeah, last week of July.
Nice.
There
You're
is
gonna...
a barbecue at Daps. You should come down.
Oh, the Never a Foul boys.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I'm going to south of Spain at the end of July.
Where? I really want to go to south of Spain. I'm just don't know where
Marbella.
to go. Is that
Like,
good beaches though? Is that like Sardinia or it's okay, right?
no, it's not. It doesn't compare beaches. It's more like vibes there, like more like stuff to
Like
do.
Ibiza stuff.
Yeah,
No.
it's like more like party vibe.
Party. Yeah. Are you
Yeah.
going with the missus?
No, with the boys.
Yeah, I go to Europe mainly to that area because of the beaches, to be honest. Just like to be at the beach and then have Italian food at night and just enjoy the time. But it looks like, dude, it makes me depressed, bro. Like this Inter stuff. I don't know how. I don't know how you do it because at least my mind is always occupied with the Premier League.
Yeah.
Like the transfers, the Premier League, I do the shows and I like my mind is always occupied. If I'm occupied with the Inter, I'll be depressed.
No, I watch a lot of Premier League. I watch pretty much all the Never a Foul shows. Like, so I'm in the Premier League as well. Like, that's they're more entertaining as well because we can't do anything. So you have to follow their transfers because otherwise you're gonna get bored following Serie A transfers. But
can I ask you something? One thing before I know you're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah.
Gnonto.
Yeah.
You watched them with the Italian team, the youngsters?
Under 21s, yeah. Oh my god, they were so bad.
Because in the Premier League, people are telling me, no, Gnonto's good. He should be okay with Inter. And I said, it's my opinion, we're really lowering our level. Gnonto isn't a top team in not now at the moment. He's not a top team player for Serie A. He isn't a Juventus, Milan, Inter. He might go for Atalanta, might play. Sassuolo, Fiorentina. Not Inter, not Milan, not even Roma. What do you think about the rumors that we're going to get Gnonto on loan at the end of the transfer market?
On loan, yeah, I wouldn't mind. I think, do you know what it is, Mo? I think people just look at it like Correa. The level is so low that
he's
anything,
okay. It's okay.
Anything is okay. But I agree with you. Like Gnonto's scored like 2 goals with Leeds or something. Like
he didn't even start all the games. If you can't start at Leeds, why should I take you at Inter?
Yeah,
why should you be in our squad? Yeah,
but on loan, you know what it is? Like, it helps with the UEFA squad list because he's like, homegrown. So it's like,
yes.
That's why we've been linking. I don't know if you saw the links recently. Like Bonazzoli was linked to us the other day. It was a former Inter youth player.
Hold on, was that's a guy I used to like back in the days. He was our player. Like, what is this? 2014 again?
Exactly. Doesn't even start for Salernitana. Instead of Bulay Diaz, the Salernitana guy.
This guy used to be in our Primavera. Like what? Like years ago. 2015 or something. Oh my god. How about Massa? We can get Massa back again. That would be great. Where did this guy play? I think this guy's going to be another Roberto Baggio at some point. He got injured. How about we get Massa again? Oh my god, this is ridiculous. We are this is a Champions League finalist, guys. This is the worst period of my life being an Inter fan. Not in terms of achievements, because we win the cup, we won the league, right? But in terms of how I feel about the club. I never felt that bad about the club. Never. I told you before, and I talked to you before. Every time in the Banter era, I say next year is our year. Not even 1 year that I went to the next year with this feeling of hopelessness. It's always like Jonathan is going to be Maicon. Guarin is going to bang shots from outside the 18. Mundiga is going to fight in the midfield. Kuzmanovic is going to pass left and right. Gargano, his name is Gargano, the Uruguayan guy. I'm like, these guys are going to bang for us. Gianpaolo Pazzini is going to score like 25 goals. Every year, I thought we would do something. And this year, and I'm thinking, What is
Bro, I
hoping?
think because of the level I've seen it, like the fact that how Milan won it the year before and Napoli, like any
That's the
team,
only
like
the only good thing.
like if Roma do a nice transfer window, they can like any team
100.
can win in Serie A. Any team can win the Serie A. That's my feeling. Whereas in Premier League, you've got like no chance unless Man City drop off. No one has a chance to win it.
Yeah,
In
no
Serie
one.
A, I feel like it's a level playing field.
Which is the only, there is a word for it in English, the only silver lining for us
Mm.
is that everybody around us, and you said that in the beginning, everybody around us is terrible. But I think someone asked me, more seriously, how do we get Zhang out? I don't know how many people are going to watch this, right?
There's 107 here right now. Leave a thumbs up, by the way.
Don't buy jerseys from the Inter store. Okay? Send messages to the Corvanor to protest. Seriously. Send messages to them to boycott the stadium. Tell the people to boycott the stadium. The only way to hurt these Sunni guys is to force them to sell. If they have more losses, they're gonna be. You know, when someone has a business, at
Yeah.
some they're holding it together. But if they lose, there is some point because there are audits against them. People audit these. These are companies, right? They're gonna have to sell at cheaper price to cut the losses. But we have to stop buying jerseys from them. We have to like I have to stop buying stuff like this from Interstore, like just garbage like this. You know, I have to stop buying jerseys from this. I went to the Interstore and I spent like 300 euros something. I need to stop buying bags from the Interstore. We need to seriously. I go to the stadium. I buy the most expensive ticket when I go to Italy. We need to stop. Inter fans need to stop funding them so they can sell.
Yeah.
This is what you do.
That's the easiest. That's the quickest way. Yeah. Well, it's not the quickest way, but it's the most powerful way.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna tell you to not follow them on Twitter or on Instagram or anything. If you want to do it, do it. Just do it. Stop following them on Twitter. That's the way you to protest. It's the silent treatment.
Oh, it's true. It's true. I mean, like, imagine, Mo, if we didn't make it to the Champions League final, like, if we got our group stage, like, the fact that we got to the Champions League final is probably making Zhang hold on even more now.
Yes. Yeah, I'm like, I might tweet it. I said, stop following Inter on Twitter. Imagine how many do we have on Twitter? Like what, like 7 million? If that goes down to 2 million, not even 7 million. Not even.
Probably like 1 million on Twitter. Let me check. Keep talking.
Yeah, like stop following them on Instagram. Stop watching their stories. Every time you're watching their story, they're
3
making
million.
money. 3 million. If that goes tomorrow, to 500,000, if their Instagram page story isn't watched, they don't make. If their YouTube is boycott, they don't make the money. I'm not telling you not to watch the games. Okay, because the money they're gonna get paid. Doesn't matter how much you pay per amount here in America. In England you pay that. In the Middle East you pay beIN Sports. These people are gonna buy in the Middle East. You Abu Dhabi. I'm not telling you because I will never be able to stop watching Inter. Never. It's never gonna happen. I don't think you. It doesn't matter how bad we are. I am gonna watch Inter, right? But we need to make something happen. We need to stop supporting it. We need to stop putting money in their pockets. Because once they get hurt, they're going to sell it for cheap. It doesn't matter who they sell it to at that point. It doesn't matter. But these guys are holding the club hostage. And it's nothing against them personally. The problem is their government is putting restrictions. When Zhang came to Inter, they bought Lukaku and Hakimi and Bastoni, and we won the league. And they supported Conte.
Yeah.
Didn't they? How many?
Yeah.
We spent 200 million.
Yeah, we spent about 50 million on Conte just with wages.
Yeah. So I am not against them. I don't think they are terrible people. When they could, they spent Zhang. Right? But they can't now. But what they're doing now is they're acting as businessmen. They are holding the club hostage. You know, when you have a company, because you don't want to sell on a big loss. You still want to make the money back. You want to pay off the debt and then sell and make the money for yourself.
Yeah.
Just hurt them. I'll be the first one. I promise you. At the moment, I'm unfollowing Inter on Twitter. At the moment.
He's putting his money where his mouth is.
I am right here. unfollowing Inter. If I even follow them, here you go. Unfollowed Inter on Twitter. I'm unfollowing Inter English and Inter on Twitter. Literally, I am on Instagram. I'm unfollowing Inter. We all need to do this. Otherwise, they're just gonna keep doing this. They're gonna hold the club hostage. Just stop. Don't buy jerseys, please. Please don't buy. I'm telling you something. Buy them fake. If you want the jersey, buy them fake. And I'm telling you from here, buy them fake. You're not gonna put money. At least you're gonna put money in someone that is really poor in China or Thailand. Someone that is working hard for their $20 or 20 euros. These people don't deserve your money.
Those fake kits are so good these days. I can't even lie. Those fake kits are like, I can't even tell the difference, honestly.
Yes. Don't buy. I'm serious, bro. I'm serious. If we all do it, which is don't listen to Mo. Guys, don't listen to Mo. Why? Why don't listen to Mo? Why you're saying don't listen to Mo? Well, I don't get it.
Who's saying that?
Why? Can you explain it? Why you don't listen to Mo? I'm serious. You know, Sharma, you guys, you think I'm being so dramatic? If you think I'm being so dramatic, you don't know how much I love the club. You don't know. You didn't watch my my watch alongs when we won against Milan or we won against when we played Man City. You know how much I love the club. I'm serious. And Sharma here knows, right?
No, can't question Mo's love for the club for sure.
Because
but I agree with
I
don't agree with you to like the extreme extent. Like I'm not gonna unfollow Inter on Twitter and stuff like that. But I do agree with you that you have to hurt if you want to make an impact. You have to hurt their pockets and you have to make it known via was it Curva Nord or statements or something. Like you have to make it known that you want.
You're not happy. Just tell them I'm not happy.
Yeah, we're not happy. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, well, you got people that agree with you, some people disagree with you,
fine.
But it's definitely.
I don't know. Do you know what I wanted to ask you something? You know better than me because you lived in Italy and probably you lived in Milano. Yeah. How do you think the people in Milano feel? The Inter fans that actually are close to the club, the stadium people.
Well, I watch a lot of content from the Italian Inter content creators, and yeah, a lot of them are in the same boat. Like it's kind of like, bro, like it's time to go. Like all of them are in the same idea as us, but no one is being vocal about it. That's the thing. Like,
why then?
I don't really understand. Like, yeah, like Curva Nord also has their own channel. Like I watched some of the live streams they do.
Can you go on their channel or no? You're not allowed to. Do you know the guys?
I don't speak to them. I just watch.
Are they a big channel or a small channel?
They have like 25, 30K followers. Not bad.
Oh, okay. That's YouTube. Yeah. I actually, because I don't speak Italian, I don't follow the guys.
Yeah, I mean, we can try set something up with them to have a conversation.
Can we try?
I'm sure.
Is that possible?
Yeah, we can try. Yeah, I'm sure they'll have some English speakers amongst them.
Yeah, we can try. I'm sure Giulio knows them. Giulio Di Cenzo.
Oh yeah, we can ask Giulio.
We can ask Giulio. We can organize something. We can put it here on this channel, on the other channel. But yeah, we need to.
That would be a good conversation to have to see.
That because we are international fans. I am, and I'm sure most of us here are. Even the Italian guys that are here, they live in different places of Italy, right? I'm assuming. I want to know how the people in Milano think. The millions that live in Milano, the fans, the thousands that go to the stadium every day, because I've seen them. They're passionate. They love the club. How do they think?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. Good idea. Let's try. Let's message Giulio later after this stream. Let's try see if we can sort something to understand what the Curva seems to ignore this situation. I mean, some people accuse them of being on the payroll because they get a lot of
free tickets. I know the tickets are free for them.
Yeah. So
but come on.
Are they? Is that being on the payroll? Is that why they don't speak out against the club? I don't know. Because they were very happy to speak out against Inzaghi in the season. They were very happy to criticize Inzaghi, but I didn't see much criticism against the ownership.
Yeah, I get it. I get it, but not all ownership. So I was just last thing. I know you want to go. Last thing. I was listening to the Guardian football podcast, for the Football Daily,
Mhm.
the Football Weekly. Max Rushden. I don't know if you know that or not. It's one of the
Yeah,
most famous podcasts. And actually, no, I was listening to the BBC, the Football Daily, and they had the Northeast correspondent for the Daily Mail, and he
Okay.
was reporting about the Tonali deal, and he said something very interesting to me. He said that the Tonali value that is coming out of Italy is actually not true. It's inflated.
Yeah, I saw that. They said it was like 55 million
He
pounds or something,
said
right?
he said in Italy, the Milan papers, and the people that follow that are close to the club are actually reporting not the right money, just to
Mm.
calm the fans down because they're going crazy. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
But yeah, I
And
mean, that's what, like, if you ask
this, it
Milan
tells me
fans,
how much corrupt this is. Like, it's you're really lying to your fans to protect your image. It's ridiculous.
yeah. Well, we need to confirm that because that's just one source. Let's
Yes.
see what the numbers when the deal is made official. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised because yeah, Milan fans are even more mad than us at the moment. You know, they had Maldini leave, Zlatan leave, and now they're
Tonali's forced out. It's very obvious to me.
yeah, very forced. Yeah, yeah. But in a better way than Brozovic because at least they
At
got
least he was
paid.
forced out for 70 million. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway.
But anyway, Mo, I'm gonna let you go. I just need to do this members
Yes.
giveaway
Go
before we
ahead. Go
finish the
ahead.
stream.
Thank you so much for having me. I took a lot of your time. I hope you guys
No, it
enjoyed
was
it.
beautiful, man, to see your passion as always. Like it's beautiful to see, man. And yeah, guys, make sure you check him out on Never a Foul because that's where he cheats on Inter with the Premier League stuff. He cheats on us. But no, he does great content with those guys, and obviously Inter Worldwide for his Inter stuff with
Thank
Anthony
you,
and the
guys.
boys.
Thank you, Sharma. We'll see you.
Right, guys, let's finish up with this giveaway. Sorry, guys, I didn't know Mo was gonna come in, but obviously Mo is just he makes the stream, doesn't he? He's such a great guy, great conversation, and I hope you guys enjoyed. You know, I go live sometimes. Just we freestyle on this channel is not the most organized, but I hope it at least you know allows us to have good conversation and some entertainment for you guys. But let's do it. Let's do the giveaway. I added all the names in here of the channel members. We've had like after the Champions League finals, there was a couple of guys that donated channel membership. So there's actually like about 40-50 guys in here now. So we're gonna do it. And yeah, the giveaway, if you guys don't know, is gonna be members only. It's gonna be the Limone Ball t-shirt. And so what do? Click spin to enter. So let's go. Good luck to everyone. And then we'll do another non-members one as well. So at some point. Ooh, Bruce Wayne into Gotham Club. Congratulations, you are the winner of the Limone Ball giveaway today. Is he in the chat? If he's in the chat, make yourself known. All right, I'll do another. Let's do it. Shall we do another one? We'll do another one. So he's out. Let's do two. I'll do two just because you guys have been here 1 hour 17 minutes or 1 hour 18 minutes, however long it shows me. We'll do another one. We'll do another one just for Ahmad. Just he calls it rigged. I wasn't planning on doing two, but let's do two now, just because you said it. Does it let me do it again? Oh yeah, there you go. It is Filippo. There you go. Filippo and Bruce Wayne. Oh, wait. Bruce Wayne is saying, I would like to give it to someone else in the chat. Okay, Bruce Wayne, I don't know how we're going to do this. Either you pick the winner or I don't know how I would pick because I can't, like, if I could export all the names in the chat, then I would do it. But I don't know how I would pick fairly within the chat. So, Bruce Wayne, you need to find a way of passing on your your giveaway. And then Filippo, I don't think he's here, but I'll get in touch with him. Spin it. Okay, spin it. Is it wait, Bruce Wayne? Is it because you don't like the T-shirt, or is it like you don't like Inzaghi that much? Is that why it is? Okay, fine. Spin it. I'll spin it again. Then fine. So Bruce Wayne is foregoing his giveaway for some reason. I want to know the reason why, but he is doing it. So, all right, let's do it again. Give it to Basisa. Well, you know, if he wins the spin, then he could win it. So the next winner is Language Tours. Language Tours was here, right? I swear I saw his name at the beginning. So Filippo, and oh no, he's just to make Interfan Day. Okay, fair enough, Bruce Wayne. You're a good man. You're a very good man. Give it to Mo. He doesn't even like Inzaghi that much. I don't think he would wear that. He's not really a big Inzaghi. He's not really a big Inzaghi fan. So the two winners were. Let me just put him in so I just remember. Filippo, Percy, and Language Tours are the winners. Yeah, today was just members only, but we'll do. You guys know. Come on, guys. You got to give me credit for that. Throughout the season, we do members giveaways and non-members giveaways. We've given out like 3 or 4 Inter shirts over the last year or so. We've given out a couple of these Limone Ball shirts. We even gave out one to South Africa, but it never reached because it got lost somewhere on the way. It never made it out there. Yeah, I'm sorry, Eduardo. You deserve. A lot of you guys deserve the shirts anyway. But I tried to do it in the most fair way possible. I appreciate all the support. Actually, Eduardo, yeah, I feel like you do deserve one, but I don't want to be biased in here. That's why I do the spin the wheel. But we'll continue doing them. Don't worry, guys. We'll continue doing them. And next season, I mean, I'll have to think of new designs. You know, the Limone Ball now is done. I'll have to think of new designs for the new season. You know, I like to cook something for the new season. So let's see what I come up with. UEFA clearly rigged the spin. Yeah, it's done by what's his name? Cheferin, the UEFA president. But anyway, guys, 1 hour 20 minutes. That's a lot longer of a stream than I thought it would be. The Inter clown situation at the moment. Oh, yeah, actually, one thing I want to talk about before we go. We did the Tula design. Yeah, I mean, let Tula cook first. Let's see if that's actually going to be a partnership. And I don't trust Inter with the transfer window to even put Lautaro in there right until the end, Ahmed. I'm sure you'll understand why. But Tula design is probably up there. But one guy I want to talk about before we go, I know Freddie Boss also talked about it at the beginning. Now, this is a name I'm interested in because I like this guy, Lazar Samardzic. I mean, I've mentioned him maybe a couple of times on here. If you follow me on Twitter, you might have heard about him. Udinese, creative midfielder, but you know, has turned into a mezzala. Like, I get that Inter's management is obsessed with Frattesi, but if you're able to get this guy, who apparently is only valued around 20 million euros, I would rather go for someone like Samardzic. Honestly, I would really go for someone like Samardzic over Frattesi. Because I like Frattesi, but Samardzic, first of all, is left-footed, which none of our centre midfielders is, so he adds that different angle ability to play at different angles compared to our other midfielders. He adds shooting from distance ability. He adds class. He adds touch. He has a bit of dribbling ability. He's not like a crazy dribbler, but he's definitely compared to our other centre midfielders. And if we're talking about a Gagliardini replacement in the team or new mezzala, to me, as Matteo says, he makes more sense to me than Frattesi. And I don't think Raji would be possible to get both. I don't. Oh God, only Nick Knox would be interested in those, Cartel. Only Nick Knox would be interested in those. Yeah, Nima and Carl, if you guys don't know, check out the Italian Football Podcast on YouTube. They did an interview with, let's see if we can find it. These guys did a nice interview with Lazar Samardzic. Where is it? Yeah, there is Lazar Samardzic, 18-minute interview if you're interested in finding out more about him. Udinese. So he's picked Serbia, but I know he's grown up. He's grown up in Germany, but he's picked to represent Serbia as his national team. AC Milan are interested. I know Napoli were also rumored to be interested. What's a quick look at his stats? Samardzic. Oh, wow, I completely messed up his spelling there. Let's have a look at his stats. Just this past season. So he grew up in the Bundesliga. Yeah, five goals, 4 assists for a team like Udinese and like 9 GA, not bad at all. And you can see, started off in the attacking areas, but now it's come a bit deeper. Hertha Berlin, Leipzig, his upbringing. This is the type of profile I'll be looking at. If it wasn't, I know that like clearly Frattesi is number one choice, but I would be definitely very, very happy if they ended up, if Roma steals Frattesi off us, I would not be too sad if this is how we end up. Not too shabby, not too shabby at all. And yeah, of course, the important thing is do not sell Onana. Not even for cheap. I just don't want to sell him at all, even if it's for a lot of money. Freddie says, I'll take Samardzic too. He's cheaper, similar quality to Frattesi, and we broke. Yeah, exactly. He's cheaper, younger. Like this guy, if he has a good season, this guy's value will rocket up. He's one of those guys that you want. A lot of teams will be very, very interested in. Do you think Lazaro will get a second chance with us preseason? I think, he actually, we talk about Singo. This guy actually at Torino started over Singo a lot of times this season until he got injured. It seems like, that's why I'm happy for Bellanova. For Bellanova, I'm sad that Inter are not signing him because it's cheap, like 7-8 million. Like, come on, you should be redeeming him. But I'm happy for Bellanova because going to Ivan Juric and developing, that's perfect for him. Lazaro has done the same. He's finally was the first loan that Lazaro looked like, a useful player. And even last preseason, he wasn't looking too shabby for Inter. But I think Inter just want to try get, some form of money for this guy. But I don't think it would be the end of the world if he gets, I wouldn't be against giving this guy a second chance. But now he's 27, 28, last season with his contract. So this is the best. If you're going to get money for him, is the only time you're going to get money for him. But if you're not, yeah, I wouldn't mind him. Because, at the end of the day, Bellanova wasn't like a starter. It was a barely rotational player. So even if you replace Bellanova with Lazaro, in that sense, it's not like Lazaro has to be playing, 30, 40 games a season. As you guys remember when I showed at the end of the season, Bellanova had the least amount of minutes with Aslani in the team. So if you're just talking about straight replacement for Bellanova in our squad, it doesn't need to be a guy that needs to be starting 20, 30 games. We need to lie into argue about his age. Yeah, exactly. Probably the best left foot in the league. I'll still give that to Dybala, to be honest, Fathers, but he's definitely up there. I would give Dybala the best left foot in the league. But yeah, he's definitely already up there. Cheers from Toronto, Canada. I've been fighting all day on Inter chats for him with the extra cash. Another defender. Yeah, exactly. I'd rather save in the mid. If you get a good midfielder and save on the Frattesi money, and then try to spend that money on the Skriniar replacement or on the striker. Big up, just tune in. What's the latest situation with Bastoni to his face? Madness now. Really? What's happening with Bastoni? Don't tell me with some rumors about Bastoni have just come up in flames. I mean, we're chasing Singo and Lazaro. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But at the same time, Raji, you got to think about it like it's part of the growing pains for Singo. This is what happens when you have a 20, 21-year-old wing back like we saw with Bellanova. It's not the finished product. So I guess Singo had a really good season, not last season, the season before, and then he had a regression last season, which is, can happen in the development of a player. Whereas Lazaro finally, after, 4 or 5 loans, finally started to show signs of life. So yeah, I guess Juric just saw Lazaro was doing something better than Singo. But, you know, does Inzaghi rate him? Like, Inzaghi had him in preseason last year. If he rated him, he would have asked to keep him, I guess. So, yeah, let's see. Bastoni's contract, I mean, his late agent confirmed the other day that Bastoni's contract is about to be renewed. So I don't know what Tom Izzy is talking about. I hope there's nothing negative. It's always scary with Inter. You never know. Yeah, now I've spoken about Adama Traore as well. Like, he's a free agent available. I think he has tried that role briefly at Wolves. And I think, to be honest, if he's honest with himself, like, that should be his role. He doesn't have enough end product to be a winger or a striker as he thinks he is. I think the right wing back role would be perfect, and he would, like, if he commits to it, like, you know, Perisic took convincing, so he does take convincing. It's not as easy to say, like, oh, you're going to be a wing back. Like, you need the buy-in from a guy to be like, okay, you are going to be, because you're a defender, first of all. When you become a wing back, you're a defender first. So he needs to learn to defend and, you know, cover and think defensively first, think about defending first. But in terms of potential, and yeah, that's the thing, he lacks. But the wing back role, you don't need that much of a high IQ to play the wing back role, especially in the way that, you know, you see, like, you know, our wing backs. You don't need to be a high IQ player if you're not involved in the build up. If you're just involved, like how we, you know, Dumfries, we don't involve Dumfries in the build up. Just use him in the final third. This guy would be in the Serie A. He would kill it. He would absolutely kill it. Umtiti, the problem with Umtiti Spartus is, yes, I think he would. He's another free agent that I wouldn't be against getting. But the problem, he's very left-footed. Like, he can't play as a right centre-back. He would play left centre-back or in the middle of the three. But, you know, he's cancelled his contract now with Barcelona, so he's available. He had a humbling year at Lecce where he was actually good, learned Italian. Like, I wouldn't be against someone like, you know, it looks like he's got past his injury issues as well. If he's on the cheap wages, he would get the growth decree benefits as well. I wouldn't be against it because we still need, like, if we bring in Bissek, he doesn't have to play left centre back. But yeah, his injury issues are very concerning. But if it's on, you know, free, and yeah, I saw now that Fabrizio Romano just tweeted saying that Demiral is now our number one target for centre back. It's just, we'll talk about it on another stream. But yeah, I like Demiral. That's the thing. I like Demiral, but I just don't think he suits Inter, especially as a right centre back. But we'll talk about it in another stream now, because otherwise we're going to go on for 2 hours. Thank you, everyone, and tune in. Congrats to Filippo and Language Tours for winning the giveaway. I will get in touch with them via Instagram or the Discord chat. But thank you, everyone, and tune in. Thank you to Mo for coming through. Leave a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Yeah, don't worry, guys. Content will be continuing to come out in the next few days, and hopefully we don't sell Onana, and hopefully things are starting to look more positive in the coming days. Because yeah, I think we need to. I think Inter come back on the 12th of July. I think the preseason starts. Like, yeah, there's not much time left to get the squad together, so they need to get their act together. There's a lot of players that we need. So thank you, everyone that tuned in. I appreciate you all. Thank you. It's been a great, fun stream. Ciao ragazzi. Always, Forza Inter.